Leo, look, lots of distractions. Trying to get this message to you. Your message started very early this morning. I do have a full-time job out here, a real one. And it's very loud where I work. This big tanker truck pulls in, and the siphons are out, the equipment's out. A colleague of mine is pointing out safety concerns, and we're reviewing them. It's a cold environment, and typically the driver, they might get out for a second, hook their stuff up, kind of keep an eye, but that's what we're there for, is to watch, right? This driver gets out today, and he's staring at me like a possum eating shit. He's grinning ear to ear, and he wants me to acknowledge him. He's an older gentleman. He's in his 60s, right? And he's not saying anything, but he's every time I glance over, he's staring at me and he's grinning ear to ear. But my colleague is pointing out important information, right? And my colleague's also ignoring him. At this point, I think we're being rude. We're not going to do that. So I go over, and it's very, very loud. You have to yell to hear each other. I wear ear protection so I can hear better than most people think, because they don't. I do. So when someone gets close enough to hear, I can hear very well. I put my hand out to shake his hand. So right before I met him, they started saying this old song. It's not that old. It's by MO3, and it's called Outside. Rap song, kinda a rap song, sorta, kinda, kinda. MO3 Outside. And I knew immediately. I put my hand out. And the minute I put my hand out, he grabbed it and he started shaking it real fast. Right? And he's looking at me. And he goes, Marvin, nice to meet you. And he said something else, but before I could say my name, the way he introduced himself, I said, your dad's a preacher? He said, yeah, yes ma'am, and I sing in the choir. I said, oh, okay. And I said my name, and he started this. He's still got my hand. Nice to meet you, nice to meet you. It's an honor and a pleasure. And he starts this, this kind of, it's not really a bow, but it's like and he's putting on a show at this point. And I realized, like, oh shit. Okay. Let's talk about discerning spirits. So immediately I'm going into damage control at this point. And I'm talking about his truck. I said, man, show me something about your truck. I'm pointing out stuff, right? Like the stuff that I obviously see as a concern. And he's going to be more than willing to tell me about anything I want to know and stuff I don't care about. And he starts talking about noise ordinance. Noise. And I know what he's saying about noise. White noise, noise. And how important it is to protect, because people who are sensitive, they understand that. Like, you have to protect the senses, okay? This is relative to you. I don't know why it is. But wait, there's more. Don't click off yet. The song that you got today, the real one, it was Rolling Stones. They told me before it came on, it was either before or during, like right before it came on, they said world's smallest violin. The world's smallest violin, right? So they said it was Rolling Stones. Sympathy for the Devil. But they said symphony for the devil is what they said. Symphony. It wasn't sympathy. Because the song is titled Sympathy for the devil, but they said symphony, and then they said world's smallest violin. Yeah. I listened to that song several times. I don't know what you got yourself into, what you got yourself out of, who I'm talking to, but it was very clear that I am talking to somebody who needs to discern spirits. It is a level of heightened awareness. Protection. Protection was huge. Notice, start paying attention to your senses. Your smelling, your hearing. Those things that are very, very extra sensitive to you. Protect those senses. I made a bad mistake today. I mean, I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. He and I went into further conversation, which is not really important. I think I've said what I needed to say so that you understand. You'll know when you meet your people. They will know you. Now, whatever reassurance that he was there to give me or I was there to give him. He went on to say how he used to be an owner-operator. I said, well, why aren't you an owner-operator anymore? He said, my wife. I said, yeah, your wife wants you home, huh? Yeah, she told me it was time to come home. I said, I understand that. I get it. Especially what they were saying to me. At any rate, we're going to get into reading. I know it's going to be difficult because they pulled me to this deck, Tarot of Oppositions, which I don't like to use that much because it's complicated. There's more to it than that. So what I'm trying to say, it is, anytime I get pulled to Tarot of Oppositions, there's more to it than that. Meaning you have to trust your senses. Right now, I think you're going to be in a heightened level of awareness. You pay attention to your senses, your spidey senses. You need to be able to discern spirits. I see a lot of spiritual stuff going on right now. I don't know why we're in such a heightened level of awareness. I do have a clue, but I'm not going to get into that right now. The sad part is I see a lot of people succumbing to they're playing right into the hand. You get what I'm saying? These are people that would like sit around and watch TV all day and nothing else to do. And growing up, my parents always said that an idle hand does the devil's work. An idle hand will do the devil's work. Be careful. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV in years. I've seen something. I haven't seen it. I've heard people, my colleagues, they're talking about stuff. I don't have social media and I don't watch TV. So I'm not in the know. Why would I need to be in the know when I have all the knowing I need? I got more information than what I need to know. And it hurts. A lot of this stuff hurts my heart. So I don't want to watch. Can't believe anything you see or hear anyway on that shit. So why do I want to know? I got all the navigation I need, okay? Between me and you, I got all the navigation I need. Apparently, there's some type of nasty spirit going around. And it's not new. But it's just started to make public attention. You need to be aware of it. This is the type of spirit, and I've known about it for a long time, especially when they gave me Devil's Sympathy, Devil's Symphony, Sympathy, the world's smallest violin. I watched it happen firsthand. I watched it happen one time in a prison. It's a parasite. And this will go further into the next reading, because the next reading fitting to be lit is not for you though. But it is. It's for everybody. What I'm seeing more, I didn't even know such thing existed, but it's attacking very specific areas. So what I think happened in these specific areas, not what I think, what I know. is that there was some type of cultural ceremony there where someone was doing something. This was what a lot of people would refer to as a tribe or coven. And they messed up big time. So what's happening is you're seeing this thing spread. And today, one of the colleagues I work with, we're in the office, and he says, oh my God, did you hear this? And he's telling me what happened. It was breaking news. How somebody walked in, and this is important, Leo, listen up. This manager walks in, and I'm getting the creepy crawlies. The manager walks in and guns down three or four of the employees in the break room. And I've been made aware of this within the last, I don't know, 72 hours or so. But it's been building. I've been feeling this vibe, but see, it's what's happening is it was kind of enclosed to this one area, but see, it's starting to spread like diseases do. When the gentleman left my area, the tank, the driver, when he left, he showed me everybody, by the way. My God, the man pulled his phone out. He showed me his wife, his brother, his sister, his cousins, their wedding, his whole church congregation within a matter of 5 minutes. And I say, hey man, take your time, be easy out there. It's very, 81 is crazy. And he dapped my fist and he said, man, stay prayed up. So as he's leaving, he's pulling his shirt and he goes, hey, look, hey, next time we got to come back, ask for me. Marvin, ask for me. Like I have any say in that. Like I don't know who's coming here to drop our stuff off. I said, man, you got it, Marvin, you got it. At any rate, not everybody's bad, but you need to start discerning spirits, and you have to have your full faculties. When he started making me feel uncomfortable, it wasn't even him, it was me. You blew cover, he didn't. And I didn't even mean to. Okay? That's called a rookie mistake. You blurted it out. You weren't prepared. It was early in the morning. I hadn't even had my coffee yet. You have to be able to discern spirits. It's important. It's very, very important. Now, why I need you to look up the lyrics to MO3 Outside and Rolling Stones' Devil's Sympathy or Sympathy for the Devil. You need to read the lyrics to both songs. I haven't had an opportunity to, but I did listen to both of them. I listened to the second one about 3 or 4 times because there were so many things in it that I had to hear it again, hear it again, hear it again, hear it again, hear it again. This is going to be complicated, but it's going to be good. Sorry to ramble, but Leo, there's something going on, man, and it's very what is the rock, paper, scissors? I declare war. It's like a kid's game. You know the kid game? What's the one? Thumb wrestling. I declare war. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is. Thumb wrestling. I don't know, man. You tell me. Okay? You tell me what we're talking about, Leo. I have a vague idea, but I really don't. Yeah, you smarty art. Somebody here, you're not dumb by far. Okay? But you have your own issues. Yes, you do. Somebody here could have like a law degree, justice with the King of Swords. You have some type of law degree, or you're in the justice system. Police officer, security guard. You're in the legal system. The justice card, King of Swords. This is somebody who may have even went to college for a degree in justice. Now, let me tell you something. The Three of Swords, there's a lot of heartbreaking shit out here right now. This is where the rubber meets the road. I told you, you have to be able to discern now. This is the time where you will be putting the sword into action. I'm sorry. There's an interfering energy. It makes me feel like this could even be a kid, a pet. I don't know, man. But this was a matter of time. And the truth, it's so difficult to hear. There's some people here that are running away from the truth. It's like, I can't win. This is disaster. A lot of people, from what I can tell you, most people are turning a blind eye to the truth. Here's the truth in the Eight of Cups. See, people here, they don't want to see it for what it is. They're not paying attention. This would be not paying attention. This would be you not paying attention, but there's someone here is not paying attention to the truth. I don't know if you're not paying attention to me. What you not doing? I do know I have your attention with the 3 clarifying the Ace. This is where you're starting to think. Put your thinking cap on, boys. Put your thinking cap on, boys. 3 of Swords to the Ace. Put your thinking cap on, boys. Because I'm going to tell you something. If I count all these swords, I declare war. King of Swords, 3 of Swords with the Ace. Count it up with me. That's 5 of Swords. These are savages. These boys were coming in. They are going to say, and yeah, I'm getting creepy crawlies on my legs. These boys will come in and say and do anything. These are people who are savages. This is a legal issue. This was a matter of time. When you walk away, you're going to do so heavy-hearted. 8 of Cups, it puts me in my feelings. It makes me uncomfortable. I know the truth. And some people are deserting the truth. They are. It's too much. I don't want to. And this is where I told you I need everybody to stay sharp right now. Sharp. Stay sharp. You understand? You see all these swords? Swords are knowledge, integrity, morals. People, it's going to be a matter of time before you have to put all this knowledge and experience into practice. And I have some people here bitching up. 8 of Cups, like, I can't. Truth is, I can't. This is where the rubber meets the road. This defines the men from the little boys. Men and women, whoever, okay? I'm telling you, this is like a spiritual warfare, man, and it's everywhere. I don't know what happened out here, and y'all know where I'm talking about. But something was contained for a while, and it's spreading. And you've been hearing these stories of like kids and schools getting shut up, and I've known Tom for fucking 15 years, 25 years, and one day he just walked in and it just wasn't him, man. Because they're hosts. Because these people aren't grounded. This is why I'm saying I need you to protect your senses and keep your faculties sharp. There's spiritual war player. There's a war player out here. War player. There's spiritual warfare out here. Bad. I knew it was going to go like this. And I hate to get too dark, man, but it's all over everywhere. This is real. Is this real life? It's real, y'all. It's real. It's real. This is not a game. This ain't Grand Theft Auto. This shit is for real, man. And I'm telling you, other people like you, like me, they recognize a familiar spirit. Familiar. And when they see somebody, it's like they want to just rush in and hug you like, oh my God, thank God it's you. Man, it's fucked up out here. Man, look, these are my kids. Like, they're just so excited, man. Man, ask for me. Because they're just so excited. Because you know how fucked up it is out here right now? Page of Pentacles. Good news. Job offer or something. Celebrate. Doesn't take much to celebrate, huh? No, it don't. Very little success. This is like a very little invitation, small invitation. And let's have fun. And I said this before I did the reading. I said, man, I was shaking my head even doing the thought of this reading. I was shaking my head. I said, man, I understand why Jesus turned water into wine. I get it. I get it. I really do. There's very little exchange of energy at this point, and it has something to do with consuming things. Parasites. Stick around for this Libra reading, because that shit better be off the hook. This isn't you, though. It's relative to you, though. This is, I don't know if you're dealing with a Libra, but it's close of kin. Do you understand? It's not you, because whoever I got somebody here on the up and up. Leo, for what it's worth, man, I think I'm dealing with a very good person, a good dude, a good female. You're on the up and up. You're sharp. But there's something here that we just... This is somebody, like, you know you have issues. The truth makes me want to hang my head and cry. I want to see what this is about. I'm going to get into it in a minute, folks. They gave me a mouthful. I knew they was. I knew where this shit was going to go. Especially that song. It says, Jesus, please, can you see something? I'm on my knees. This is warfare. Swords, King of Swords. He means business, y'all. Act now, think later. This is what training day. This, we're here. Yeah. 9 of Wands. This is what we trained for. This is fighting. This is big time fighting. This is like somebody in a line of work. I don't know what line of work you do. If this is like a real line of work. Like, this ain't my spiritual work. This is real life. We got to fight. I'm telling you, there's protection. I need people to arm up, protect yourselves. And I mean that in the 3D sense and spiritually. Protect yourself. This is the way you need to be looking out here. You see that? You see that dude? I don't know karate, but I know crazy. Try it if you want to. I need everybody who's in this line of work right now, who's getting this message. This truth is uncomfortable. Many of you don't want to hear it either. Walking away. Head hung down. I don't want to hear this. Because it's hard. This is hard. I need you guys to get up and start fighting, man. This is warfare. It's attack. But it feels very spiritual. And swords is air. So this would be airstrikes, air waves, you know? Everything's in airwaves. Everything now. But you can't see it, so you don't know what to attack. Do you understand me? So just like when that preacher came in today, and I accidentally blurted that out because I didn't have my coffee yet. I don't know what I was thinking. Got to be able to discern spirits. That's having your guard up. You understand what I'm saying? I hadn't even had my coffee yet. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had just got to work. Page of Pentacles. Like, what's up? We the first start in the day. Page of Pentacles. What's up? What's on the schedule? Well, I ain't had my coffee yet. Protect yourself. This makes me feel like somebody coming to work, not even having their coffee yet. It's every day. It's the same old, same old. I got to go over, you know, the safety issues, people pointing shit out, being caught off guard. Yep. Alright, I got a dirty offer. Alright. There's some type of, there's arguing, there's something going on here. Big fight in the recent past. Somebody's standing on what they know to be the truth, even though it hurts. It's like, man, I know it's the truth, it hurts, but it was a matter of time before I left. Big fight popping off. I see some type of job calling, offer, something. And I see a Queen of Pentacles here. This woman is older, practical, down to earth, a hard worker. Hard worker. Grieving. Somebody here is grieving. Sad, very sad. I got two people here kind of sad, like I'm leaving. This person here, I got someone here, it's like, man, I know what I gotta do. It don't make it any easier. It doesn't. It's still sad, whatever this is. This line of work that someone's in is sad. Now, I don't know if you're like a crooked cop or you're a cop that, like, let's just say you give somebody an inch and they take a mile. There's no more of that. You know, you're the cool cop. No, there's no more of that. You know, this is somebody turning their back on the truth. It's like, man, yeah, I know this. I know the boy down the street hustle a little dope, but it's weed. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna fool him. You get what I'm saying? It's letting shit slide. It's giving somebody an inch, and when you slip, they grip. Or you feel me? Because right now, ain't none of that inch shit can happen. There's no more inch, and that's what I'm seeing. This little tiny bit of money that's circulating, it's little tiny things. It's the inch. It's the 1 inch that people are letting slide. Because it's like, man, get real. Get real. Be down to earth. You see these people, you see the shit they're going through. We all got problems. I understand your justification. Now's not the time. When you slip they grip, there is something bigger going on here. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't watch the news. I just know what people tell me. I don't watch TV. The most recent TV I watched was one movie last Saturday night or last Sunday night. One movie. And it was an old movie at that. Repeat. Nothing new. The world. I see a lot of hard-working people here, and a lot of people, everybody has issues. I see people struggling with money right now. They are, and they got to be practical with their money. And they're taking losses left and right, and that's why we're inclined to give them a break. Man, cut them a break. Wanting to cut everybody some slack. This is the type of person that wants to cut everybody some slack. And I have somebody here, it's like, man, no, listen. All of a sudden, this person can just change up, become very mean, become very professional. That kind of feels like the message. This is the new you. See, we got to turn a leaf. This is somebody who, see, I can't cut no more slack. It's time for guard duty. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I got to put my knowledge into play now. This is somebody, though, that has a big heart. I see it. Whoever I'm talking to, yo, you've got a big heart. you really do enjoy a good time. Like I just want everybody to get along. Like, Three of Cups, like, I got a lot of family out here. Like, I got a lot of friends, a lot of family. I just want us all to have a good time. But there's something with the world right now attacking that energy. Do you get what I'm saying? That good time energy. The World card. The whole world wants to have a good time, baby. The whole world wants to have a good time. I am telling you, there is an energy now of when you slip that grip, you can't, there's no more inches. You're looking the other way, you're letting a lot of shit slide. The world's been real fucked up. There's been all types of racism, and the pricing on shit is out of control. People are overreacting. Everybody's high strung. Everybody's watching too much TV. Everything became political. And when you finally recognize a familiar, it's like, man, you're inclined to cut people breaks, man. Now's not the time. Because there's something happening when people get together, they're having a good time, and their guard's down. Their guard's down. This is like working hard after a long day and kind of suffering through whatever you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like I'm talking to somebody in some type of law enforcement job. A judge. I mean, honest to God, with the Justice card and the King of Swords, you the judge and the jury, in my opinion, with all this truth you got, and it breaks your fucking heart, for real. This Three of Swords, it's like, man, I see the interference out here. It makes me want to hang my head. If you only knew the truths I knew. What people was doing out in these streets that they think is okay for money. People out here doing shit for money just to be, and it's because it makes sense. It's like, man, of course, if they can make money, they're making a living off of some shit that is very disturbing. Five of Cups. It breaks my heart. This shit is not right. It makes me grieve. When nobody's looking, I grieve. It's like somebody out here with too much knowledge. So after after a long, hard day, man, I go down to the bar and I tie one on. No more. Nine of Wands. No. Buck stops today. The buck stops today. There's no more inch. I can't give an inch, not even to my closest friends, man. I can't. I've got to turn a new leaf. It's like if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. There's something to do with the senses. Sense. I sense it. I smell it. You smell it? You smell the heaviness in the air. There's something about the air gets heavy. Five of Cups. You smell it? The energy changes to grief. You might feel it. Like, all of a sudden, I just got emotional. My whole energy shifted. Could happen while you're at work. It's like it's another day, another dollar. That's what I see. Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. This is just another day at work. Another day, another dollar. There's something here with the energy, though, on a Five of Cups. The energy shifts. And it's like, man, I don't know what this is, but it hurts my heart. Like, my heart hurts. And I think shit's just not feeling right, man. World card. You're right. We're in a new world. Somebody here does have the upper hand. All these cards are in the upright, which is what I like so far. I like them in the upright so far. That means to tell me somebody here is still young and strong and strapped up enough. Like, I wish a ninja would. I'm about to hurt his whole feelings. Say less. They don't know what I know. Somebody here knows karate and crazy. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you trained for this. This is somebody who does this for a living. They don't know. I know karate and crazy. This is somebody here that has a full law degree. I don't know what, I do know some Leos, and all y'all like that. Every Leo I do know, and I know quite a few, all y'all stay strapped up. Seriously. Every Leo I've ever met is strapped up. Everybody, all y'all ready. Look at you. You're a fire sign. That's the 1's. I wish a ninja would. They about to see these hands, because 6 of Pentacles is always the guy given to 2. You know what I'm saying? It's the business guy. He's a business guy. I'm a businessman. See, I do this for a living. Now you see it, now you don't. Like, his hands are in both. Oh, okay. Somebody has their hands in both pots, baby. Somebody here has their hands in both pots, and now it's on my left leg, the creepy crawlies. So this person gets very defensive. Somebody, it feels like somebody you work with, man. I don't know what you do for a living. It is some type of law enforcement job. They have their hands in both pots. You understand? I think you work with this person every day. And I think this person, for what it's worth, they have their own problems. That's why they were subject to attack. Because 5 of Cups, this person's going through their own personal grievances. You know, the stuff that people don't talk about that's going on at home. But when they come to work, they look nice and strong and fit for duty. But their hands in both pots. They're playing both sides of the coin. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Emperor. This person's in charge. Charge! This person's in charge. I've been saying this for a long time. There's something very political and judicial going on where someone here has their hands in both pots. Whoever this person is, they're in control. This person has their own grievances. They have their own reasons and explanations for things. Okay? You don't understand what I know. You don't know what I know. If you knew what I knew, your heart would get broke. If I told you what I knew, you don't understand why I have to have. This is like playing good cop, bad cop. You got to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. There's someone here with their hands in both pots. Now, at this moment, it's still Emperor in the upright, meaning he still has full control. He's still very much disciplined. But there's some shit here, man, at 5 of Cups that keeps this man up at night. I'm telling you, it ain't good. Whether it's personal or it's in a line of duty, I'm not sure. Or both. 5 of Cups, this is very hard grief. And anytime I get an Empress or an Emperor, it's very common. They didn't get that title for anything. I mean, for nothing. Believe me, they've paid the cost to be the boss. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, they paid the cost to be the boss. There's a lot of grief here. This person has suffered. That's why they're in charge. But there's something here, man, that this person who in the present moment, they're in control. It's like, I don't tell y'all everything, because if you knew, it's like not telling someone out of protection. You understand? Because there's public out here. It's like, it's kind of like walking into a Walmart or a busy diner and you see families eating and enjoying themselves. And someone here really knows the sick, ugly truths of the world. I have some officers, people in law enforcement right now that need they need like a spiritual hug. I'm praying for y'all, man. There's a lot of y'all that know a lot more shit than what you give away to. 10 of Cups. You're seeing whole families out here. It's like, man, I gotta think about my own family. Right now, I got it on both arms. There's somebody out here that knows a lot more than what they're talking about, and now it's on both my legs. It's parasites. It's like what they put in people's food. It's parasites. Or in the airwaves, it's parasites. It's parasitic. Ear-ringing, parasitic. And there's somebody here thinking about having their hands in both pots. What is the right thing to do for my family? Other people's families. In the future, this will come up. World card. This is when the rubber meets the road. Who are you? This is distinguishing your spiritual family. You've had your hand in both pots for some time, so you know sugar from salt, son. I'm telling you, I knew this shit was going to go down like this. I knew it. And this is why, all these cups, this is why Jesus turned water into wine. I understand. I bet you do go home and have a drink. A couple of them from what I can see. Quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. It says 10 of Cups on here, by the way. Somebody comes home and has about 10 left. Can I get another one? God bless you. Man, I don't know what you know, and part of me is scared to find out. That's why I don't watch the news. The news got real sick. Physically, literally, spiritually, right around 2019. And I stopped. And I didn't mean to stop. I just did. I just stopped. Even on YouTube, I don't surf YouTube very rarely. The only time I really pay attention is when the shit comes up in my notifications or the phone will just start playing on its own. That's for me. There's something really awful right now down there in the Indiana parts. Awful. That I had no clue about. Apparently it's been going on for about 2 years. I didn't have a clue. Like none clue. I was just clued in. Somebody here knows a lot about a lot. And you also know the government's involved. Some type of government, whether it's our own, foreign countries, you know. And you also know that's why all this spiritual activity has been so heavy among so many people. And so many people have accounts of spiritual. All of a sudden, everybody wearing beads. Everybody got fucking stories of seeing shit and hearing shit. And half of them aren't right with God, and they're talking to just straight demons. I know there was somebody I really admired for a long time who just recently exposed themselves, literally, physically, spiritually, and I knew. And I had been warned, but I knew. And ever since then, I stopped. I don't look. I don't follow that person. That's when the rubber met the road, and I realized. And then one of the readings I did, it said, "And Jesus wept." This person just turned, but it's kind of like, and even in another reading, they was talking about, and for whatever reason, everything I say in this reading is for you. Prior to that, they were telling me about the difference between Judas and Peter. You know, there was more than one person who betrayed, but there was a difference between the betrayers. You know, one ran towards God, one ran away. It was building up. What they're trying to say is history repeats itself. And a lot of these people are prophesizing their own fate. And they don't even realize it. They're so blind and caught up. The bad part is someone here knows air. That's what the part I'm uncomfortable with, because air energy is very demonic. Lucifer, before he fell, they had Beelzebub, Lucifer, Satan, whatever he wants to go by. Before he fell, he was king of the strings. He was king of music. But he wanted more knowledge. He wanted the knowledge that God had. And I have somebody here who knows a hell of a lot. And it's air energy. You feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down? There is a need. And someone here knows that what I'm saying is accurate. But see, they don't say nothing about it. Because they know there's this hell of a string of events here. That's a big cover-up right now. Because there's family, there are innocent families out here in the world. And when they walk into diners and Walmarts, and they just see these innocent families, and they know people aren't going to church. And it's like, I don't want to pinpoint it down to like religion. But they see people who don't know anything. Innocents. Who are very subject to attack because all they get in the airwaves all day is BS. Whether it's on music or on TV or tarot readings like this. It's called discernment. Whoever I'm talking to, I know I'm talking to a legit lieutenant. You know, sugar from salt, I'm talking to my own folk. This is a big deal, man. It's your family, it's other people's family. And you know that, like, this isn't a coincidence. People that are normal people all of a sudden aren't themselves. They're going in here and just pop, 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 pop. This is a parasite, and you know it, not know it. So, you're going to have a moral obligation at some point. Now, I'm a tarot reader, so people don't think I'm a nut. I'll tell you right now, I ain't. Star card, not that. And the Justice card, no. Sometimes, from the stuff that people have said to me recently, they just come up to me and they start talking about ghosts and spirits and stuff, and it starts to kind of get to me, like, why are you saying this to me? And one guy recently said, I don't know this guy from Camp Paint. He said, I do these ghost tours outside of work to make extra money. And I'm like, why? I'm thinking to myself, how fucking crazy is that for someone to say to you? I'm like, really? Then he tells me where he's doing it. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I almost built a house there. And he goes into story after story. He starts telling me stuff, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, and he said, man, most people, they don't even know they're dead. And it started making me think, like, am I dead? Like, and then it made sense what they were talking about with this shit going on in Indiana. Whoever here is in this line of work, you know what I'm talking about. Now, you can contribute it to science. You can say, you can explain it away all you want to, because at the end of the day, it's electricity, right? You're able to track it to a degree, right? But you always got that one element of the atom that's the God element. Yeah, this is your line of work. Knight of Pentacles, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been at this for a long time. You've paid your dues. You're an emperor. You have paid dues. You have been in this line of work. This was your calling to go into this line of work. Is there anything you want to tell me? I mean, is there anything I should be telling this person who's getting this reading? This Emperor. Older guy. You're very, very clear on, you're very clear, extremely clear about what's going on. You're very disciplined. You know, right, this is military training without the shadow of a doubt. I'm talking to a military dude. High ranking. Justice with the King of Swords, you know your shit. And you're a trusted official. Emperor. You've been doing this for a long time. And you're spiritual. And you're spiritual. Because even God's got to have people on the inside. So you know something about the heavens right now that you're not sharing. Huh, man. And you're praying right now. Even you. And there's people out here that are chosen ones. You know that you're special. You may even be, your senses may have heightened. But you're chosen. Emperor. Star card. You know why you're in that line of work. But you don't want to share it with anybody else. And you know a lot more than what you're leading on to folks too. You don't want to say nothing. Yeah. Look at this. In the future, I see somebody here. All right, this is what we were talking about. You're discerning spirits. You're going to start seeing your spiritual family. You've learned something about the heavens recently. You've started studying the heavens. Yeah, you have. You've been doing it for a while. You've started seeing patterns with the heavens. Is someone manipulating the heavens like they're manipulating the weather? They're manipulating nature. Too much. You've seen it. Now you can break it down into science. Someone's been playing around. They've taught others how to do it. You're also seeing families here admire very worldly behaviors, and you're watching them drink poison. And I don't mean wine or alcohol. I mean soda, Skittles, everyday products that we consume. Food, air, water. You've been learning about different cultures, different tribes. You've been learning about different families. You've been learning about different spiritual families, haven't you? Yeah, you have. That's in this world. Or out. Or out. 3 of Cups. That means, with the World card, man, I know what I'm talking about. I ain't never had nobody do that to me. That made me feel so uncomfortable. Shake my hand and what do you say? It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. What do you say? It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure and an honor. It's a pleasure and an honor. And he kept doing this with his head. It's a pleasure and an honor. I don't. So you want to tell me what you know? Because I'm just now. You have to understand, I just learned all this within the last 3 days. I don't watch, I honest to God, don't. All I know is this shit is nasty. I know this shit is nasty, and I know you know it's nasty. Because the boy who told me, he said, man, these shits are nasty. And, yeah, judgment card. Yeah, it's affecting. It's the people coming in. It's affecting their families. but these are savages. I don't know if it's attacking like people's pets. So so here's the two, you know what I mean? Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. But here's this third party. It's not your traditional third party interference because we love this person. So this would be a pet, a friend, family. But there's judgment on it, okay? There's like a curse on it. And these are straight fucking savages. These people will say and do anything. They ain't from around these here parts, are they? No. And this is the attack. This is the attack. And you know it, don't you? These people are attacking women. Or they're coming up out of water. It's a parasite out of water. This fucking thing's crazy. It's nuts. There's a way to defeat it because, see, this thing is half fucking blind by this curse that God put on it with the Hierophant. So this thing can be contained, okay? Because God made it that way. It's like a curse. So this thing does have retaining walls. Like it can't see well, it can't move well. Right? But it's vicious. It's fucking nasty. So when put in the right, someone here is also helpless and bound by higher authority. Like I'm putting a rock in a hard place. I'm bound by higher authority. My hands are tied here. I can't do nothing. Why? Because of this Ace of Pentacles? It's my livelihood. What I'm being told is it's really the Page of Pentacles. This is just another fucking job. That's what I heard. Somebody here thinks they have the Ace of Pentacles and they're bound by a Hierophant, which would be higher counsel, like a gag order, because that's exactly what I see there. This is like gag order, but it's around his eyes. You didn't see shit. You hear me? You want to go to jail? And then there's this Ace of Pentacles on it. Like, do you want to lose your livelihood? Because somebody here sits very comfortably by not saying nothing. But I'm being told it's a fucking Page of Pentacles. This is like an everyday worker. This is somebody who's being desensitized over time. Over time. Knight of Pentacles, because it's been going on so long. But I do know that you do pray. Man. This shit is gonna get deep. All I can say is whoever's in this line of work, it was by no coincidence. You are some type of chosen person for this line of work, and it's not because USA Jobs put you there. It's because God needs you there. You didn't get this offer for this line of work. There's been a lot of grief in your life, Five of Cups. You have felt pain, but that's propelled you into the Emperor. That was necessary. It was like to toughen somebody up. That's how I needed you to become the Emperor. Now you get what I'm saying? You know you're chosen. It was by no coincidence. You know that it has something to do with water, what we're drinking, what we're consuming. You've been learning a lot about it too. You have a lot of research about this consumption of beverage. Or you will in the future. This attack on families, innocent families, who have their guard down. This is when we're celebrating, we got our guard down. We're going to learn a lesson here. I don't know, Leo. I don't know much about the law. I mean, you have to understand, I was just exposed to this within the last few hours, the last 3 or 4 days. I wish I wouldn't even have known, because when he looked at me and he said, "This thing's fucking nasty," I felt it. And I grew scared, like, yeah, it's nasty. Somebody here has spiritual navigation from above as well. I don't know what you know about this spiritual navigation, but you've learned a hell of a lot. This is somebody who goes home at night and hugs they hug their kids, and they value their time with their family. It just feels like the same thing it felt today when I saw that preacher's son. "Hey, how are you doing? It's an honor and it's a pleasure." That's how it feels. Learn who your people are, Leo. Discern spirits. Be sharp, be protective. There's no more letting shit slide. It's time to put up every ounce of protection. That means whatever you're doing in your line of work to sustain it. That means getting up earlier, 5 minutes earlier, to do our regular routine workouts. That means keeping our faculties very, very sharp and intact right now. There's something that I'm touching on. It's very uncomfortable for me. I have a daughter who's young, and I don't like this. And you don't like it either. You know it's sad. You know what's happening for a little bit of chump change. This is happening to everyday, hardworking people. And it's almost like these people's hands was like, "Well, I'm tired. I mean, do I want to feed my family or don't I?" It's like it's gotten out of somebody's. This is bigger than you. But understand, you were chosen in this line of work for a reason. There is no coincidence. And Leo, I don't want to drag this message out. I don't know if I can sum it up for you. I don't. I can tell you I see a lot of hard times and grief here, and I see somebody here that didn't get this emperor title. Didn't come easy for you. Definitely God had this servant pick up his cross and walk. And I can tell you that I do admire you as spiritual family. I do. 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups is somebody I could kick it with. But there's something here about letting shit slide, man. There's no more of that. No more giving an inch. You got to go back to like old school military training. This is war. This is ID declare. Yeah, this is thumb wrestling. I don't know what that means to you. I can tell you what it means to me spiritually. You know what it means too, don't you? I think we do. I think we do. Thumb wrestling, huh? I don't know what that means. I sure do. Somebody's opened up some shit that they can't close, and then there's a fight, even if there is a way to close it, because it's become marketable. But the more you keep abusing something, see, it starts expanding. Even though it's containable, whatever this, the boy who told me, he said, "Oh yeah, these fuckers are nasty. They're savages. It's a very savage parasite. It's cursed by God. I mean, before the boy left, look, he did like this. Wasn't no handshaking. He said, man, stay prayed up. I said, you do the same. He didn't know me from a can of paint. He barely even picked up my name. I didn't tell him anything about myself. I kept trying to ask him questions just to steer the conversation elsewhere. Yeah, this is going to be hard. Damn. Honey, this is going to be hard. Damn, you got some hard days ahead. Hard. Leah, you got some really, really hard days ahead of you. The strength card and the 2 of Wands. I mean, the strength card. You know, but you see how hard you're going to have to climb this hill? They ain't playing with no pussycat, though. I'm going to tell you that. You a fool lion. Lions climb mountains every fucking day. That's why it's in the upright. You definitely are prepared. You have what it takes. I knew that when they clarified you with the star card. This ain't no coincidence. It might be a surprise. This gonna be the fight. This gonna be a big one. You're gonna need all that training you had. Everything they showed you in them classes, physically and mentally, about to go into use. You're about to put it into practice. And you're gonna, whatever this practice is, you now have to put what you learned. You was a whole lion when you learned it. Probably the top of your class. But when you're out here in this wilderness, you're gonna feel naked. You're gonna feel like a naked 12-year-old little boy climbing a mountain. I'm telling you, this is the real world and shit is ugly out here. I mean, I see you're built for it, though. Lions climb mountains every damn day. You gotta flip them upright, baby. I don't like them like that. All I can say is be strong. You have what it takes. You're cut out for this. Lions climb mountains every day. It's what they're born to do. I will tell you that this is not going to be easy. I'm talking about some hard physical actions. This is like real rubber meets the road. This is when that discipline kicks in. This is, yeah, I'm getting that headache across the front of my face. This is when, if you're a runner, and if you ever run, okay? And you're running, and everybody knows this feeling, the burn. This is pushing past that burn. You got to push past the burn. And then after you push past the burn, it's smooth sailing. This is the burn. Yeah, this burn's going to be a little different, though. This burn's going to be... Yeah, you really need to get your all your eggs in, all that protein, get all them vitamins in. I feel like there's some type of struggle here with vitamin deficiency. It's time to pack some weight on. It's time to get our body in shape because we got some real hard days ahead. This is going to be an uphill battle, but it's a battle nonetheless. It's an uphill battle. I have a lot of, that's what they told me about this Indiana area. They said it's culture. It's culture. And I knew what they meant. It was culture. Because see, every time there's a problem, they make it about division of race. And it was a cult. Culture. Vulture, culture. Yeah, culture, vulture. Yeah, you got that right. It was the culture. It was a cult. This was cult. This is cult work. But these people are savages. They're savages. 3 of Cups again, man. This is like somebody out here fighting for people who are, oh shit, wait a minute, let me see where we're going with this. I'm gonna take them. y'all. Some of y'all prisoners of war, so. Oh, the Empress. What is this? What is this? Is this waterboarding? Something to do with somebody's manlyhood. Did somebody escape? They did. This was like the fight of someone's life and they escaped. There's always one that gets away, right? And they tell you about somebody's ceremonial bullshit. And how they were making peace with something, okay? But it was very sexual. They kept keeping people against their will. And they prodded. What are they doing to these folks? I picked up on this about 2 years ago, and I told my nephew about it. But then I let it go, and I haven't thought about it since. This is somebody who escaped. Very young person. They're telling you about some type of ceremonial shit that's going on. They were doing this to do some type of healing, whether that's spiritually or physically, like for market, you know, dollar bill. And it was kids, page 1. But there's something to do with holding people against their will. Their mental. I don't know if they were drugging these people. I don't know if we're talking about trafficking. Because it's physical, it's you ain't gonna get out of line. Even if these people say they found their way out of this prison that they were being held in, there's people here to get them back in line. This is also somebody beating somebody. This person's already like a prisoner of war, but this person's already being kept in a dungeon and prodded. Okay? Alright. So whoever this was that escaped, I said that earlier in a reading about the woman. This thing is spreading. It was contained for a while, but it's kind of fought its way out. And it's making its way into new villages, new homes, new territories. It presents itself very innocent, but again with the cup. And then there's this Empress energy. I'm telling you, this thing is savage. It will come in. I don't know if it's going after children or it's going after pets. But the attack is on women. And I told you, I said, these fuckers are vultures. You see that there? The attack is on the Empress. There's something that you know as an emperor about wanting very specific kind of children. They do. They want very pure children, don't they? They do. Someone here escaped. I said, man, it's going to be the fight of somebody's life, but they built for it. This person came back and they told, when they got over, they was talking about somebody's bullshit about their ceremonies. Man, you know it as well as I do. I picked up on this shit about 2 years ago. And it caught me off guard at work, and it was like a fucking premonition in the middle of nowhere. I told my nephew about it. I said, dude, just fucking flip me out right now. And I mean, he'll listen, he'll entertain me, but even if I told him about it, what the fuck's he gonna do about it? You get what I'm saying? I just got a funny feeling that just wasn't like some weird daydream I had. That shit was real, what I saw. In the meantime, we have all this fun. In the between time, back in regular, is this real life? We got people in here just talking about fuck boys and going up against regular families, and that's where we meet this energy. We got people in here just doing fucking regular old readings about fuck boys going up against couples. Who's sleeping with my man? I don't know, maybe a dude, bitch. I'm not sure. Are you a dude? 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. These people are selling out for fast change, but it's in reverse. Oh, this is dangerous as fuck. Knight of Wands reverse. 10 of Pentacles reverse. Oh, this is dangerous as fuck. These people could lose their lives. They could lose their lives and their whole livelihood. This is somebody threatening to take everything from you. You won't even eat out here ever again. This is extremely dangerous. That's why I like using this deck. I told you, when Spirit wants to flip cards, they will. This shit's in the upright. These cards are in the upright. Let me tell you something. I always start my card. I always shoot y'all a fair one. This shit's in a reverse. It's Knight of Wands reverse. Somebody could lose their life out here. They get reckless with their mouth, with their actions. Might have a bad car wreck. Might have a bad motorcycle accident, freak accident. 10 of Pentacles. Be very unfortunate for everything you've ever worked for, huh? That's why this person has trouble sleeping. That's why I rub my temples. What am I going to do? This is fear, anxiety, worry, guilt, shame. That's it, man. I would ask for more, but I really don't want to know anymore. Nine of Pentacles. Keep working at this. You had that in that other deck. Keep working at this. It's a slow, steady journey. I told that preacher that today too. I said, he wasn't a preacher, he's a preacher's son. I said, man, it's not a race. Just keep it slow and steady. Keep it slow and steady. That's how you win the race. You keep it slow and steady. You got valuable goods on that, and he did. He said, man, you know how hard it is to stop this tanker? I said, if I have to stop, I can feel it all slosh to the front. What are we moving here? What type of valuable goods are being moved? I got valuable goods here, but see, they gotta be moved low and slow. What's these valuable goods? This is a lot of hard work. It's been carefully. There's a carefully planned route here. But it's like follow the money. Follow the yellow brick road. Yeah. Who's behind the curtain? Because we all know whoever's behind the curtain ain't real. It's a little midget boy. You know. Yeah, you do, don't you? You do. You've been at this a long time. In the future, I see somebody following the money. Here's my officer card, i.e. you. You're very passionate about your love for this job, this gig, what you know. And you know to take it low and slow. Follow the money. Your intuition's already told you, your book smarts. This is not an overnight thing. It didn't develop overnight, but somebody here has a deep passion for it. And there's something to do with two men here too. I got brains and I got brawn here. Who's the brains and the brawn of the operation? I got brains and brawn. I see you just loving what you do. Whatever you do, follow the money. You're very smart about this. There's brains and brawn, and I see someone here. There's two dudes here. You're smarter than what you look, that's for sure. I don't know, man. Kind of scared to ask, honestly. Shit, now. I wasn't expecting all that, but hey. Six of Cups. Somebody here is really just thinking about the good old days when things were simpler, they were easier. Times with my father, times with my kids, times when things were lighter. Definitely. When things were peaceful and they were easier. And I feel you. To all those that are out there serving in any type of military, police work, kudos to you. Especially any of these special investigators, man. They're going through. Have you checked on any of your police force federale friends lately? Because there's a lot more going on out here. That I'm almost scared. I see why they try to protect the general public, i.e. me. I'm almost scared to know. Why do you think I don't watch TV? Leah, that's it, man. That's the message. I hope it helps. Take care.